Hi, Janet. Thank you so much for being here. I have you here on the live. So we're gonna start with your son, Jordan. And he's right away. He's saying, "Mom, I'm here." And like the thing that's coming through, I don't know if you knew that he did this or what, but like he's showing me him driving in a car, and it feels like he's talking to himself, or it feels like he went for car rides to like clear his mind or something along those lines. I don't know if a car specifically has anything to do with his death, but I do feel like there's an internal struggle. And I don't know if he was going somewhere, like he got in his car to go to someone's house, or went. It's almost like he keeps saying going for a drive to clear my mind. Okay, and I don't know if he was headed to someone's house and that's where he passed away, or if it had anything to do with the vehicle specifically, but he's kind of showing me like a breakdown moment in a vehicle, like a mental breakdown moment. Okay, do you know anything about that, or does this make sense to you? Was this like his way of clearing his mind? I'll keep going until like I see you answer here, so we're not wasting time. And it almost feels like, so he says he apologizes. He left Christmas night and went to his friends where he passed away. Okay. That's crazy because do you guys live in a place where there is snow? Because I am seeing snow as well. I just always love being in the car. I mean, you said Christmas night, but I was specifically shown like driving in the snow. And it doesn't snow everywhere, but okay. This is just, again, confirmation that I know that I have the right person, that he is here with me. So let's keep going with these messages, because it feels like I see him leave, and there is this, it's like this conflict. Like he wants to apologize because he says like you took it really hard, not his passing, but like his struggle. Like it's coming through as like this mental struggle. And I feel like the passing at a friend's house might have had to do with some type of, I don't know if this was a substance. He's pointing to his heart. Like he literally says, my heart can't take it anymore. And I don't know if this is a mental thing, or if this is like a physical thing that's happening to his heart. Okay? So he's showing me this dynamic in relationship, and he's almost apologizing for the way that you felt a burden. It's almost like he's saying like you felt responsible for this, although he's saying you were not responsible for his mental state. Because I see you trying, and it's almost like he runs from it. And he's showing me you're left very distraught, as if like you just don't know what to do. Your hands, it's almost like your hands are up in the air, like I don't know what to do. You had no control over it, is what he's saying. Okay, unknown heart condition from years of drug abuse. Okay, yeah. So that is definitely, like, I don't get an overdose. It just feels like something happened at this friend's house, and it could have just been alcohol. Like, it doesn't feel like it was like a huge lump of something. It kind of feels like his heart just couldn't take it. And it's like, I have to tell you, he said it was meant to happen that way, because otherwise, he's saying family would have seen him pass away. And there's something about not wanting his family to see that happen, because he says he's put you through enough, but not in a way that he like intentionally did it. It's more of an emotional thing where you tried and tried, but there's also, it's coming through as talking. It's almost like there's nothing you could have said, Mom, that these were like my demons, my in my head. And then he's also saying it's almost like his soul knew that his time was coming, and that's why he left. He said there was something about his heart was kind of, there was pains. He's saying there was he was having some type of chest pain before he went to this person's house or before he got in the car to go for this car ride, and he thought it was stress related. Okay? You've blamed yourself, and he's like keeps going over like, don't do that, don't do that. It's like there's nothing you could have done. Okay. And then he's saying that you're now associating his death with the holidays, which you had told me it was around Christmas. And he wants you to more so focus, like he showed me earlier Christmases, like when he was a child, he's saying like, he's going back to like 8, 10 years old. And he's like, I know it might sound impossible now. He's saying, but I want you to remember those memories. I don't want you to remember this one. And he's kind of showing me that day that everything kind of happened. He keeps saying, I left for you, which to me, it's making me go back to where I felt like I needed to leave. And it's almost like his soul kind of knew that the end was near, that there was some issue that was wrong, but he's also showing me I didn't want her to see me pass away. Like I didn't want that. So he had schizophrenia, you're saying? Okay. Say mom misses you. He kind of points to not understanding a lot of the things that he says. It's as if sometimes some stuff would come out of his mouth and you just didn't know where it would come from. It's just coming through as a lot of confusion, as if he says something and you're like, what? What does that mean? And he's showing me, did you guys have a family dog? He keeps showing me Christmas, and he's saying puppy, and I'm not sure if this is a stuffed animal or something that he got for Christmas, or if this is just an animal that was close to him when he was like around 8 years old. And then he keeps just saying like that he wasn't mentally tough. He says, nobody did this to me. There's nobody responsible for this. And he points to like God. And it's almost like this self-acceptance that this is what his life was. But there is an early, like I keep getting early onset as far as like drug use and it being kind of like a segue for his mental disorder. I know you said there was something about his heart, but he's pointing more so. Yeah, he loved our dog. Okay. He's pointing more so that some of the friends and the people in his lives, like, I think this is more towards like his mental disorder or like you said, schizophrenia. I know he didn't say it to me, but it's kind of weird how he like, I don't know if he had a tic or something, meaning like his head moved a little. Like, it's just kind of weird how he's showing me like his chin just kind of moving like that. It's, but he's saying like there was some type of drug use early teens or like in his teens, like he's showing me like 18 or so, for some reason as an age. But he's saying like this was like a segue. Like this didn't help. He keeps saying this didn't help. And it wasn't any fault of his family. It's more so he's pointing to like friends. Tourette's. Yeah. Did he have Tourette's? Because his chin just keeps kind of moving to the side really fast. Or maybe it has to do with his jaw. I'm not sure. Okay. This is definitely some validation for you. Now, I ask if he suffered And he said he says it was more painful here. Like the depression, he said, was more painful here on earth. And that he feels so free. It's almost like he's saying, like, he's never felt more clarity in his life. In his past life, in the passing of his life. He's showing me, like, freedom. He's showing me clarity in his head. And he's saying he feels the freedom. It's almost like his body was the suffering. He's saying, so if anything, he's saying just to know that this is relief for him, that he's in a place right now that is so free that he needs you to know that he's free. His mind is clear.